Hey y'all, hope you're doing absolutely amazing. Congratulations! If you have been working your tail off helping Donald Trump win this election, you have just won one of the biggest, most important elections in our country's history, in my personal belief. You, through your help, working with Donald Trump, through your friends, through your activity on Facebook, through your activity on YouTube, you have just beaten Wall Street, the big banks, the military-industrial complex, the Republican establishment, the top 1%, the DNC establishment, Hillary Clinton, Hillary Clinton's machine, and corruption, all at once. Oh, did I forget major media? Congratulations, guys. That is absolutely, truly amazing. I'm literally blown away. It was so cool to watch the whole thing, and I have to say, without trying to come across too cocky, I did say so. I did predict this. I predicted this, I believe it was about 2 months ago, or as Donald Trump would say, 2 months ago. All right, so this is the good news. Relax, spend some time, enjoy yourself. These things are exhausting, especially if you've been putting a tremendous amount of time into this, posting, debating people, going back and forth, having dialogue, things like this. After hours, you come home from work. At least for me, I know I do YouTube videos. I work 10, 12-hour days, then I come home and I do my YouTube videos. I study. It gets to be exhausting. So let's recover. Let's regroup. We have a few days before he becomes president. But the reality is that we need to hold him accountable. The Republicans had a huge, huge, huge victory. But that does not mean we can just sit back on the couch and relax. Last time the Republicans had a huge, huge victory, we ended up in Iraq, and George W. Bush increased our deficit nearly more than every president in the history of the United States combined. So we can't just sit on the couch and go, no big deal, guys. It's a piece of cake. We need to hold on to what we believe in. Also, the major media guys, we kicked their butt. Think about this, guys. People like myself, and I'm not just talking about me, Stefan Molyneux, the Young Turks, these are the people I recommend. The Young Turks is a liberal group. And they're not the best. I'm not admitting this. They're just the best liberal group I know of. These are the guys that are going to win from this election. The major media was all in bed for Hillary Clinton. They were doing everything they could to get her elected. And we beat them through being posting on Facebook, posting on YouTube, keeping people's minds open, helping them recognize truth and facts. There was no way Donald Trump could possibly have won if it was up to the major media. He'd have been crushed. But instead, he dominated. And he dominated because it's a victory because of us. Hillary Clinton cannot say that. And I'm not attacking every Hillary Clinton supporter. There are good ones out there. But in general, Hillary Clinton didn't have that grassroots support. She couldn't say she won because of this huge grassroots uprising. She would have won because she had hundreds of millions of dollars behind her, donations coming from Wall Street and the big banks, the military-industrial complex, our own enemies, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait. That's how she would have won. Donald Trump won because of you. He won because you were out there working your tail off on Facebook. You were out there debating people. You were out there on YouTube. You were out there on Facebook. You were out there promoting him. You were out there talking. You were pounding doors. You were making phone calls. You were donating. You are the reason Donald Trump won. And you should be proud of yourself. That is something that is so awesome. And it truly gives me hope that our democratic process still is halfway together. We still have a chance in this country. I also want to say something else for you guys. That I'm not just jumping aboard this Trump train. I've been against him the whole time. The reason I'm pointing out to you is because you guys have worked and promoted Donald Trump far more than I. I've done videos saying that I think he'll get elected, but I've also done videos on why I'm not voting for the man. And then I changed it down the road. But I'm not just coming across as some guy, I've always been on the Donald Trump train. I haven't. But when I got on, I did everything in my power to promote him. And that is our goal. But we now need to hold him accountable. We cannot allow this to be another George W. Bush huge win, and now we end up in wars, and our debt goes sky high. We can't allow that to happen. We can't allow the military-industrial complex to take over, or Wall Street to take over. It is our job to hold him accountable, to hold the Republican Party accountable. And if we do not, we failed. We did all of this work for nothing. Right now it's our time to go be able to take a break, relax for a little bit. We have some time. Some encouraging things, guys. I listen to a guy, his name is Tim Kennedy. He's a UFC fighter. He's a very good gentleman, a huge fan of his. He's also Special Forces, not someone you want to mess with. He actually, ISIS got a hold of him because he's done a pretty good job knocking off quite a few ISIS fellows. And apparently, ISIS was trying to track him down. They were sending him some threats on Facebook and Twitter, and FBI showed up at his front door and told him, "Hey, sir, you need to start taking these threats serious. They're real deal. They're not, fake death threats." And apparently, Tim Kennedy said, "Oh, is that the case? Well, show me their posts." And so the FBI brought him to the Facebook page where they were posting death threats against him, and he gave him his address. He's like, "Here you go, ISIS. You want to come kill me? Come and get me. Here's my address." So that's the type of dude this man is. And I was listening to him in an interview, and the gentleman interviewing him told him, "Hey, man, I thought, you mentioned that you don't like Donald Trump." And Tim Kennedy said, "Yeah, when I saw our options for presidents during the whole nomination process, I thought to myself, the worst possible situation is Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, and sure enough, we got it." But Donald Trump still invited him backstage. He invited him to go and, I believe it was to do the Pledge of Allegiance for one of his rallies. And Donald Trump told him, "Hey, man, we understand you're not a big Donald Trump fan. You don't have to say any positive words for Donald Trump. Just lead the group in the Pledge of Allegiance, please. We'd appreciate that. We'd respect that." And so while Tim Kennedy was in the back, he was meeting all the different people. "Hey, you work with Donald Trump, what do you do? Hey, you work with Donald Trump, what do you do?" And he said every single person he talked to, every single one had the same exact story. "I was the best at what I did, and Donald Trump found me, and he hired me. He paid me 10% more than what I was making." Every single person. "I was the best at online. I was the best at statistics. I was the best at polling. I was the best at media outreach. I was the best at..." And he found the best people in the world, and he surrounded himself with those type of people. So that's encouraging. That is encouraging for Donald Trump people. That is encouraging for people like me who are very pessimistic about Donald Trump. I love the fact he is not owned, but I am not all roses. And I'm going to hold him accountable to the same level I would hold Obama or Hillary Clinton or anyone else. We cannot just ignore the failures of our own party while pointing out the failures of someone else. That would make us hypocrites. That's not going to help anything. Also, I want to come up with a few other things. There's movements, I've seen a very small post, but I have seen posts of there's a few KK people on a bridge waving flags. "Yeah, Donald Trump won." Okay. We need to hold those people accountable. We absolutely need to be pointing out how disgusting and how despicable and how pathetic and how cowardly someone in the KKK is. And if they are on your page or they are promoting anything like that on your page, you need to hold them accountable. That is disgusting. It is unacceptable. And I understand, I'm not blaming Donald Trump. He cannot control who supports him. He cannot control who likes him, who endorses him. He can't control any of that. But we can control the type of friends we have, the type of people we have on our profiles supporting him, the type of things that they say. And I am all for free speech. I want people to be disagreeing with me. I want all that stuff. But we do not want to be surrounding ourselves with KKK members that are going to constantly promote that type of stuff. We need to get after them. We need to defend everybody, every skin color, every race, every sex. And if we are not doing that, we are allowing this racist, bigoted, hateful type of language that the left has been using nonstop. We allow them to win. If we allow even a very small percentage of racists and different groups like that to have a voice, it is our job to drown them out, and to drown them out with truth. Not to swear, not to cuss at them, but to point out that they are cowardly fools, and to point it out with facts. Another thing I want to point out is that we need to be uplifting. And I'm guilty of this a little bit. I posted a couple things on my Facebook where I was like, "Hey guys, I'm not trying to come across as mean, but they're just really funny memes about how Hillary Clinton lost," or different things of this kind. But guys, I truly, truly believe that you cannot be a Hillary Clinton supporter and be educated. I do not. With that said, we do not need to be bashing Hillary Clinton supporters while they are down. This is a huge blow. Imagine if Donald Trump lost. Do we want to listen to Hillary Clinton supporters attacking us and bashing us? No. That's not the right time. Let people heal. Give them a week. Give them a week or two. and then start going on about how we want to fix our country, the positive changes we want to see in our country, how we want more freedom, how we want more of our own money, how we want less invasion of government, how we want less wars, how we don't want to be policing the world so much, how we want a stronger country, how we want to have a more free country, how we want to have a stronger border, things that we believe in. But let's not be rubbing it in different people's faces. That just makes us just as bad as them. That only gives them more ammunition against us. That gives them more ammunition to hate us. That doesn't bring them to our side. That doesn't allow us to have dialogue and to heal the wounds. That's throwing salt in wounds. Let's not do that. My final point, and again, this is a lot of positivity. This is awesome, but we also need to be real. Donald Trump just was elected captain of a sinking ship. Okay? This is America. We have a lot of good things going for our country, but we are in serious trouble. Our country is $20 trillion in debt with $180 trillion in unfunded liabilities. That is impossible, 100% impossible to pay. We have enemies all around the world, thanks to Bush, a Republican, thanks to Obama, thanks to Hillary Clinton. We cannot just look at this and say it's all over. Best case scenario, he can start helping patch holes. We can start working on trying to fix major problems. But unless there are some major changes, and we are going to have an economic collapse, no matter whether it was Hillary Clinton elected or Donald Trump, we are headed towards an economic collapse. The question is, how do we rebuild out of it? How do we build our way out of this? How do we grow the economy? Do we bring companies here? Do we have businesses that want to come to the United States afterwards? Or do we keep fleeing? That's the questions. And so we need to recognize that we have a sinking ship, and the only way we fix this sinking ship is to get everyone on board, to enlighten other people, to bring us together, to unite together as Republicans, to unite the Democrats, to unite the independents. Once they get past this fear of racist, bigot, sexist, we need to start working with people to recognize, hey, we are in serious trouble, and we need to work together to fix this country. And we are to blame. We are to be blamed for getting Donald Trump elected. That is awesome. But we are also to be blamed if he turns out to be another George W. Bush. There is no one to blame but ourselves. We got him into office, and the only way he could do that is if we sleep at the wheel. That is unacceptable. So guys, congratulations. An incredible job getting Donald Trump elected. An incredible job working your tail off. An incredible job promoting him, debating, blowing up pages that we don't even follow because we like, but because we need to get, we're trying to talk to Democrats, we're trying to talk to independents. Excellent job. Some people would call it trolling. I love debate. I love just dialogue. To me, that is how you fix things. When you can actually have a civil conversation back and forth with people you disagree with. Congratulations on beating the mainstream media, the military-industrial complex, Wall Street, the DNC, Hillary Clinton, one of the most corrupt people in the history of the universe. Congratulations, guys. That is so awesome. Let's go out there. Let's rest. Let's enjoy this. But let's not forget the mission. We just got to square one. We got a long ways to go. That's all for now, guys. Have a wonderful day. Great job. We just won a huge battle, but the war has just begun. Peace out.